Hi everyone. So I thought it would be fun to do a class using the bolster or the folded up blanket in my case. So whether you have an actual bolster or you just have a blanket you can fold up, either one will work. And there's a lot you can do with this little prop, and it's so convenient and handy for many things. So we're going to start bringing ourselves onto the bolster with your shoulder blades on the bolster. So you want to aim to put your shoulder blades, make an adjustment as you need to, and with your knees bent, feet in line with your hips, just clasp your hands behind your head, right? Support your head. So we're going to arch back, and we're just going to take a few breaths here and relax and just let your chest expand and allowing the lungs to expand and breathing nice and full here. And allowing the heart to open. It's a good heart opening position. Yeah. And we're going to add some movement. So take a nice deep breath. And then on our exhale, we're going to draw our rib cage toward our pelvis to lift ourselves up, right? Supporting your head, but not pulling on it. Elbows wide. So as we inhale, we're going to arch back. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw our rib cage down toward the pelvis and lift up. Good. So inhale. Nice deep breath as you arch. Exhale. Up. Good. We're going to be changing this up. So take one more. Inhale and exhale up. When you come to the top, you're going to turn to the right on your inhale and then arch back over the right side. Come back to center and then exhale up the center. And then turn to the left, arch back over that left shoulder, come to center and exhale up. So this is called around the world. So turning to the right, arching back, coming to center and exhale up the center. Turning to the left, elbows are wide, arching back, come center, exhale up the center. Now we're going to reverse this. So you're going to arch back on your inhale and then turn to the right, come up on that right shoulder, back to center. And then inhale back, turn to the left, exhale up the left side. And center. Good. Two more. Inhaling back, rotate to the right, exhale up the right side, and center. And one more. Inhale back, rotate to the left, exhale up the left side, and center. And then we're going to inhale back again, arching over the bolster, exhale up the center, and then reach and grab hold of your thighs, sort of pull yourself up a little bit and let your back expand on your inhale. So breathing into our back on our inhale and sinking our belly on our exhale, right? So direct that air into the back of your rib cage and sinking on your exhale. Good. One more. Nice deep breath. And then the other hand goes behind the head, clasping your hands, arching back. One more time over your bolster and just relax here. You're going to straighten your legs one at a time. Good. And then we're going to lift our head and shoulders and then reach our arms for our feet, right? And roll up. At the top of your roll up, you're just going to do a big round over the legs, sort of stretching for your toes. And then lifting up on your inhale, curling your tailbone under you and rounding back to your bolster on your exhale. So you're only going to go this far, and then you're going to inhale and exhale back up. And a nice big stretch over the legs. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl the tailbone and round back. So for more challenge, you can keep your arms by your ears. Inhale and exhale up, right? So if you'd like a little more challenge, just keep the arms by the ears instead of reaching forward. And then lift up on your inhale, right? Maybe your arms are here, exhaling back. Wherever you want to put your arms, that makes this work for you so that you're successful. Good. Inhale and exhale up. Great. And stretch over the legs. Good. One more. Lifting on your inhale, shoulders down the back. Exhale back. Curling the tailbone under you. Good. So you're just taking your arms here on the inhale. You lift and exhale, roll up. Great. Last stretch over the legs. And then come up and you're going to grab hold of your right leg. So maybe somewhere on your calf, somewhere around your ankle, depending on where, and even behind your thigh is okay, right? If you can't reach down to your calf. And flatten your back, draw your shoulder blades down, right? And you're just going to move the foot here. So flex and point, bringing your belly towards your thigh towards your belly, right? And breathe. Good. I'm going to scooch myself up just a little bit. Good. And breathe. And then we're going to relax the foot, maybe point it if you want. And you're going to release your leg, right? So this is one-legged teaser. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to round back, which is basically a roll up with your leg in the air, right? And then taking your arms back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you're going to roll up. And then when you come to the top, just take your arms over to the right. You're just doing a twist here. And then back to center. Inhale, exhale, roll back. Good. Again, you can try to keep your arms by your ears if you want for a little more challenge, right? As you roll up, rotate to the right. And back to center. We'll do one more. Exhale back. Good. Inhale, exhale up. And rotate. And then back to center, lower the leg, a little stretch over your legs. And we'll lift up our left leg, so wherever you can hold on there. And then flattening the back, drawing the shoulder blades down and moving the foot. Your knee doesn't have to be totally straight. I mean, everybody's going to have a different flexibility in their legs, so just do the best you can to stretch your leg in this position and breathe. You can kind of lift it, try to bring it a little higher if you want, right, for more stretch. And then we're going to release that leg. Inhale, exhale as you roll back. Leg is trying to stay in that same position, right? And then roll back up. As you roll up, you're going to rotate to the left and come back to center. Inhale, exhale, roll back to your bolster. Good, nice deep breath. So the bolster and rotate to the left is a nice assist back to center. Inhale, because you can really focus on, the spine, the breath, the control, basically, right? Because you have that assist. And then rotate one more time. Back to center. Lower that leg, lift up, and stretch over the legs. My pants are up, so I'll pull those down and come up. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the bolster under our waist. So you want to, on our side, so you want to make sure your hips are completely on the mat. So however low you can get the bolster so that your hips are completely on the mat. And you want to make sure you're in a straight line, right? So you're going to lie down with your bottom leg bent. top leg straight, and then just let your spine enjoy a little lateral stretch here for starters, right? Really good for the spine. And we're opening up this rib cage. So you're breathing into your rib cage. Yeah. This is a really good thing to do just if you want to hang out on the floor sometime and do something good for your spine and your rib cage and your breath. Okay, and then we're going to add movement. So we're going to inhale here, and then on our exhale, we'll use our bottom arm to press ourselves up as we lift the leg. And if you look down, it'll be easier on your neck, right? And then on our inhale, we'll come back down, maybe give it a little stretch, and then exhale, press ourselves up, reaching leg for hand, hand for leg. Make sure you're not leaning forward, right? So you want to make sure your body stays in a straight line. The tendency can be to, lean forward when we're doing this. Okay, so inhale back down and little stretch. Exhale, press up. Lifting that leg. One more. Inhale as you stretch. Nice deep breath, and then exhale up. Now stay here, and you're going to take your arm forward and your leg back, and just sort of reach them away from each other, and then come back to center and press up. And then again, reach your arm forward, your leg back, and stretch, and then come back to center and press up. One more time, reach it away. Good. And then back to center, press up, and lower back down. Arm goes overhead. Relax everything. Take a breath. And then we're going to bring our this hand either here or on the mat. And you're going to bend your elbow head on hand. So this is a push-up basically. So you can use your hand on the mat to help you, but you want to think of pressing your bottom hand into your head and using your top hand to press yourself up and then lower back down, right? So depending on the height of your bolster, if it's low like mine, it's going to be harder. If you have a high bolster, this will be easier, right? We're getting into our side here, and the side of the trunk, all those muscles, the intercostals, the obliques, right? We're really working those, and we're not used to working those muscles really. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. So just breathe here. And don't worry about how high you can come up. Maybe you can't get more than that off the mat, and that's okay. Good. Next time you lower down, just go ahead and stretch one more time, bringing that arm over your head, giving your rib cage a nice stretch because it's going to need it. And breathe. Good. And then we're going to just simply come up and bring it to the other side. So taking your bolster around to the other side. And we're going to do a hip stretch a little bit later after we do some more work. So don't worry, we'll do that. And then make sure your hips are completely on the mat and stretch. Make sure your body's straight, right? And stretch here. Yeah, just let your spine have this nice lateral flexion. Breathe into that rib cage. This is such a beneficial thing to do, and it's so easy and comfortable, right? Hopefully comfortable. And then adding the movement. So we'll inhale here, and then on our exhale, we press up, lift the leg, reach for our foot, right? And then inhale back down and do a little stretch. Exhale up. Again, looking down is always helpful for the neck. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down, little stretch. And exhale, press up. Good, we'll do one more. So hopefully that's even on both sides. I don't count usually. Exhale, press up and stay here. And then arm's going to go forward. Leg stretches away from the arm. And then coming back to center, press up. And then reach it away and reach. Good. Back to center and press up. One more. Stretch your arm forward, leg back. Good. And come center, press up and lower down. Arm goes over the head. Again, just take a breath here. Relax your leg and your arm for a moment. And then we'll bend our elbow to rest our head on our hand, and this hand can go on the mat, at least for starters, and then maybe you can put it there if you want for more challenge. Pressing your bottom hand into your head so that your neck stays relaxed, right? And then lower down, using this hand to help you. And your legs can be wherever they feel comfortable. I'm leaving my legs like this, but if you want to bend both legs or straighten both legs, that part doesn't really matter. It's just about whatever's comfortable for you. And again, like I said, you can reach like this if you want, a little more challenging, right? But we're trying to relax our neck and not let it tense. Good. And then next time we lower our elbow to the mat, we're going to stretch one more time. And sometimes it's nice to kind of pull a little bit on that arm, right? Give it an extra stretch as you breathe into your rib cage. Good. And then go ahead and come up, and then we're going to position the bolster so that it's under our sacrum, which means you might want to sit on it and then come back like this. So center the bolster right under your sacrum, and your feet are lined up with your hips, right? And we're just going to press our hips up off the bolster into a bridge. Just your feet as needed. And then let your weight shift to the dominant leg. In my case, it's my right leg. And lift up your left leg. So you can either have your knee bent or you can straighten your leg. And you're going to inhale as you lower into the bolster. And then press your hips up on your exhale, reaching for the ceiling with either your knee or your foot. Okay? Inhale as you lower down. You can take a rest if you want, and then press up on your exhale. Inhale, lower into that bolster. Exhale, press up. So here the bolster is a nice little assist so that you can not have to go so far, obviously, to get to the mat. And also you can take this little rest in between. Right? Exhale, press up. Good. This time we'll lower the hip down, relax, and put that foot on the floor. Take a little moment here. And then we're going to press the hips up again. Exhale. Good. Shift the weight to your other leg and lift that first leg up, either bent or straight. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, press up. So this is likely to be a little bit weaker side. At least it is for me. Good. Inhale, lower down. So I might want to rest more on my bolster when I lower down, right? Inhale down. Exhale, press up. That's the beauty of the bolster. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. Good. Let's do one more, I think. Press up on your exhale. Good. And then lowering the hips down, bending that knee, and putting your foot on the mat. So we're going back to our first leg, and what we're going to do here is just straighten that leg. So in my case, it's my left leg. Take your same side arm over your head and do a little bit of a side bend to the opposite side. So I'm bending to the right and pick up your other knee. So just allowing your psoas, right, and your hip flexors and all those side and front muscles there to release and relax. Just take a couple breaths here. Another really, really beneficial thing to do if you ever want to hang out on the floor with your bolster. A psoas release. And then we'll switch sides. We can't hang out too long on the video, so switch sides. So this is my right leg and right arm, and then I'm going to do a little side bend over to the left and pick up my left knee. And just hold on to that knee And relax and breathe here. If you have a nice high bolster, you'll get a good stretch across the psoas and your hip flexors. Great. And then go ahead and put that foot down and bend your other knee. We're going to press our hips up as high as we can. Slip that bolster out, right? And then articulate your spine down on your exhale. So just letting your spine melt down one vertebra at a time. Great. And then come around to your side and come up to sitting. And just take a little hip stretch here by crossing one leg over the other. This bottom leg can be straight in front if you want, or bent. Reach your hips into the mat, lift your spine, and just kind of hug that knee in towards you. And you can also stack your knees and lean over your legs too, if you like that for a hip stretch. Just a little stretch for our muscles that we worked. Yeah, and then we'll do the other side. So you can come up and switch. And we're just doing a quick one here, so you can do more on your own time if you like. Reach that hip into the ground, lift your spine, relax your shoulders. Good. And if you like, you can always stack your knees, folding forward. This is called pretzel in Pilates. Also, couple of different names in yoga, right? So taking a nice breath here. And then we're going to sit up, and now we're going to sit upon our bolster. So put it under the rear end. This is also a good thing to do anytime you're doing a sitting exercise where you have trouble sitting tall. Obviously, you can sit on a bolster. So we're going to use it today just because we have it. And you're going to flex your feet, your straddle, and maybe start, I'm just going to lift the sits bones a little bit, maybe start with a little bit of a forward stretch here to help you sit up a little taller, a little more easily, and then come up. So we're going to bring our arms up and place our fingers just to the back of your occiput, right? So you don't want to clasp your hands, you just want to place your fingers back there. Elbows are going to be lifted and wide. And sort of lift the spine and sort of pull the rib cage a little bit back so you're not extending it forward like that. And you're in a nice, you have good alignment basically. Chin is lifted. And we're going to do a little side bend. So you're just going to tilt directly side and lift up on your exhale. Good. And tilt to the other side and lift up on your exhale. Try not to pull your head forward, right? So placing your fingers wherever you need to so that you're not pulling your head forward. Good. And one more time to this side and exhale up. Great. And then you're going to lift tall on your inhale, twist on your exhale. So just follow one elbow back. Good. Back to center, lift, and exhale the other way. Back to center. Inhale, lift, two more. Exhale, rotate. It should feel good in your upper back and your shoulders. Right? One more. And rotate. And back to center. Now we're going to put it together. So you're going to inhale, lift, exhale, rotate to your first side. And then you're going to tilt so that your front elbow comes down, your back elbow goes up. Right? Stay in your twist to bring yourself back up and come to center. Good. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, rotate. Good. Inhale as you tilt, front elbow down, back elbow lifts. Lift back up and exhale, center. Two more. Inhale, exhale, rotate. Good. Lifting that back elbow, inhaling and lifting back up. Exhaling, center. Just breathe nice and deep. Wherever your breath is, it's not that important as long as you're breathing. Good. Lifting up and back to center. Good. And then go ahead and release your arms and shake them out. We're going to do one more thing, and this is a release for the iliacus. Basically your hip flexors. And what you're going to do is put the bolster right so that I'll kind of show you. You want this part to be hanging off the bolster, right? So you're going to have your bolster right under the low belly. That. So find it there, the low belly. You can kind of see this part is released here, right? And then you can just be in Sphinx position. So you'll feel your hip bones, the front of your hip bones on the bolster, but you shouldn't feel this hip flexor area on the bolster. And just be in Sphinx here. So another really good thing to do while you're hanging out on the floor is Sphinx position and the iliacus release, right? If you're watching TV or reading a book, just whenever you think of it, it's a nice way to just let your hip flexors release. And then you can also add to that. So if you want to bend one knee, right? And then if you're able to reach around and grab hold of your leg, that part, is optional. Roll your shoulder back and just add a little more stretch there. Yeah. And just breathe. So obviously we're getting into the quads, stretching the quads more too with this position. I don't recommend holding the foot. I recommend holding the leg or the ankle. And then we'll do the other side. So you can release that side and then bending your other leg. And if you're able to, reaching around, or you could also get a strap or a stretchy band, roll the shoulder back here and just hold and breathe. You could also, lasso your ankle with a stretchy band or a strap and grab it that way and just hold. If you need that as an assist and you really want to get the front of your legs a good stretch. Breathe. And go ahead and release. And just let those hips relax, let your pelvis relax. And then we'll go ahead and press ourselves up from there. And because we were in a little bit of a back bend, we just want to do a little child's pose stretch here. If you're able to be on your knees, or you can be on your back and do a child's pose stretch. Maybe you want to widen your knees apart, if that feels right, and relax your back and your shoulders. And also just having the bolster underneath your arms, right in your child's pose, is a nice way to get a little stretch under the shoulders. With your arms lifted like that. Yeah. Great. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that you can utilize this nice little prop and maybe even come up with your own, things that you can do. Just do a little exploring. I'm sure there's many ways to use a bolster that we haven't done today. So thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.